Good morning. Welcome to Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. Um, it is happy 4th of July week for you. Hope everybody is safe and sound and has a good week. I guess the long weekend continues, but the market is open for a brief period this morning. Let's get to the news. So Tesla delivered 466,140 vehicles in the 3 months ended June 30th and produced 479,700 vehicles, which is plus 85.5% year over year. The fifth period in a row when Tesla reported a higher level of vehicles produced compared to deliveries. Refinitiv estimate was 445 vehicles. Tesla delivered 254,695 vehicles in the year ago quarter. Tesla delivered 446,915 Model 3 compact cars and Model Y sport utility vehicles, as well as 19,225 vehicles of its Model S and Model X premium vehicles. It had lowered its prices, so a lot of people had purchased these on these lowered prices. Li Auto, LI, said it delivered 32,575 vehicles in June, topping the 30,000 monthly delivery mark for the first time and representing an increase of 150.1% year over year, and brought Q2 deliveries to 86,533, up 201.6%. NIO said it delivered 10,707 vehicles in June, 6,383 premium smart electric SUVs, and 4,324 premium smart electric sedans, delivering 23,520 vehicles in Q2. Cumulative deliveries of NIO. I'm going to shut the window here so we don't get interrupted too much by the airlines going off in 2023. XPeng XPEV delivered 8,620 smart EVs in June, rising 15% month over month, with P7 series deliveries up 17% month over month. Okay, on to energy, industrials, and materials. Rockwell Automation, ROK, mentioned positively in Barron's, saying the company, which competes with the likes of Siemens, SIEGY, and ABB, is a leader in automation and digital transformation of manufacturing processes. Companies making everything from cars to cookies to use Rockwell hardware and software to make their plants function. WTI crude oil up 0.9% pre-market after oil exporters in Saudi Arabia and Russia said they would extend voluntarily oil output cuts of 1 million barrels per day for another month to include August, adding that the cut could be extended beyond the month. Shortly after the Saudi announcement, Russia Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak said Moscow would cut its oil exports by 500,000 barrels per day in August. On to financials. Goldman Sachs is considering exiting partnership with Apple, AAPL, according to a report in Wall Street Journal late Friday afternoon, as in talks with American Express, AXP, to take over its Apple credit card and other venues with the tech giant. Real estate stocks mentioned positively in Barron's this weekend, calling many of them bargains. Article notes that offices are now just 3.4% of the 1 trillion public market for real estate investment trusts, or REIT. And now the broader REIT space isn't as troubled, noting shares of AVP, EQR, DLR, EQIX, FR, STG, EPI, PEAK, KIM, CUZ, and HIW are weathering the downturn and could be winners as conditions improve. SOFI, SOFI, and Navient, NAVI, millions of student loan borrowers are now preparing to pay back their debt without President Joe Biden's forgiveness plan. The Supreme Court tossed out the president's relief program, which would have wiped out as much as $20,000 per borrower. Buyout groups weigh bids for majority stake in FIS-owned WorldPay. Citigroup. Board of Directors approved a plan to increase its quarterly dividend to 53 cents a share from 51 cents. Goldman Sachs, GS, said it plans to boost its quarterly dividend 10% to $2.75 a share from $2.50. JP Morgan Chase and Company, JPM, said it plans to boost its quarterly common stock dividend to $1.05 per share beginning in quarter number 3. Morgan Stanley, MS, said it plans to increase its quarterly common stock dividend to 85 cents per share from 77.5 cents per share in quarter number 3. And finally, Wells Fargo said it expects to boost its quarter 3 dividend to 35 cents from 30 cents. On to healthcare. AstraZeneca, AZN shares down 5% pre-market after saying its experimental precision drug Datopotamab, easy for me to say, I guess, jointly developed with Japan's Daiichi Sankyo, slowed the progression of lung cancer in late-stage trial, but said the trial will continue to assess the dual primary endpoint of overall survival. Analysts note the company did not quantify the progression-free benefit. And that's our news for today. So let's take a peek at where our map is. See if the map is ready. Not quite up to speed. Here we go. Looks like NVIDIA is up slightly today. Microsoft, Apple pulling back. Number of semiconductors are pulling back. Software looks like it's pulling back today. Our healthcare looks like the less well of all of the stocks here. Energy, with the oil prices moving up, looks like they're doing well. And banks are, for the whole, looks like they're doing well as well. So stop the share here. And we'll share this before we go into look at any stocks. I believe most people should have, if you don't have a 401k, or even if you do, you might think of rolling it over into annuity. As we can see, the annuity continually beats the indexes. When the indexes go down, when the market sells off, the annuity doesn't. It steps up and stays on its highest step. And a lot of annuities give you a bonus once you first open an annuity. And index universal life insurance does something very similar to the annuity. Either one of these would be a great choice for you. With that, let's stop the share here and let's go look at our market and see what's happening. DraftKings is going to take a look at this. This looks like it's a possible ascending base. It broke out over here, popped up, pulls back, goes up a little higher, pulls back again. So it's possible ascending base. We'll just have to continue to look at this, and ascending base is a very positive formation. We can look at it on a weekly basis, and shows about the same. We'll check back later. Look at our dollar. Our dollar is pulling back again, trying to stay above the 20-day moving average. Looks like it may get some support here. Was down earlier and it is now slightly positive, up 3 cents. Our bond yields. Bond yields are pulling back. It should be good for our market. And let's look at 20-year. Pulling back, it looks like it's below all of our moving averages here. And, take a look at gold. Gold strength is above its declining 10-day moving average. Silver moving up as well. Looks very similar to gold. And let's take a look at our crypto. Crypto had bounced back on, I believe it was Saturday over here, and it's been pulling back ever since. Ethereum is a little more positive. It's up 4.18%. Interesting, we got a divergent between those two. And let's look at the VIX. VIX is up slightly. So I believe we had a hammer pattern on Friday, which is very bullish. So we'll have to continue to watch the VIX. This bullish hammer pattern had sold off and it recovered very strong on the close. Take a look at this S&P 500. Didn't pull back as much. Didn't pull back at all on Friday. So it's interesting how that VIX shaped up on Friday. This is the S&P 500 is pretty flat today. The NASDAQ is up slightly. Dow Jones is off slightly. And the IWM is up slightly. Go back and look at the Dow Jones. It does have a gap up here. We'll just have to kind of wait and see if it fills this gap. Take a look at some of our ETFs. Financials are up slightly. They're finally above all of their moving averages. Energy, which was in the news, up slightly. Oil is, you can hardly see moving much, but it is up 3 cents. Communications, which has been leading the market. This is where Google and Facebook Meta are located. It's pulling back ever so slightly. Utilities showed strength this morning. They're up a little bit, but they really need to make a move. Real estate, which was announced in the news, and it is kind of looks like a pretty strong move here today, breaking above its 200-day moving average. Biotechs look to be down. Software is pulling back, filling in the gap from Friday. Technology, we'll see if it can fill the gap here as well, pulling back slightly. Infrastructure, got a strong move here. Got a slight pullback on a pretty slow day today. Semiconductors doesn't really show the negativity that we saw in the S&P map, but it's up slightly. Airlines have been strong. They continue to be strong this morning. Got a big move up here. Industrials, a little bit of a pullback here. They're bouncing back as they had sold off earlier. Definitely, that almost looks like a hammer pattern. Healthcare is selling off. Building materials continue to be strong. Strong bounce back after a little bit of consolidation or sell-off. We got a gap down. We filled the gap, and we're just continuing up. Metals and mining. Continues their recovery. And then finally, our housing sector. Got a little bit of a pullback in our housing sector, which I believe has been the strongest sector for the last few months. It's just pretty amazing. And let's take a look at copper, see how copper is doing. Continues to recover. Arrow copper had sold off on Friday. Looks like we got a little hammer pattern, and it is recharging, bouncing up off of, looks like it's bouncing off of its 10-day moving average, which is good support. Let's go see what is moving on the market today. New IPO up on strong volume, up 2.32%. Ventyx Biosciences is up 20% on pretty strong volume here. Bring up my little handy chart. Looks like this Norwegian software company continues strong. Looks like we got a slight gap up this morning, up 8%. From the news, Li Auto gapping up, but it is sold off now. It's on the bottom of this range. MongoDB software company. Even though software is selling off, this is a positive sign. It is remaining strong. HDFC and finance moving up. 21 days to their earnings come out. Earnings are expected to grow 12% in 2023 and 16% in 2025. Relative strength index. The line has popped up as the stock has been moving up. New Oriental Education is up 3.8%. Lithium stock. There seems to be a shortage of lithium, and some of the car manufacturers are moving into it. This is gapping up today. Pretty low volume so far, but we'll have to continue to watch this. From Friday, Noble Energy, Swiss company, continues move strong. Interesting, TDW was pulling back. Yeah, it's pulling back a little bit after their strong move on Friday. JP Morgan in the news with a raise in their dividend is up. Progress Software is up strong on Friday and is continuing today. And semiconductors, our Dutch semiconductor manufacturer is up 0.83%. Take a look at Citibank, which is rising its dividend. Looks like it's up 2.31%. Look at Fargo. The what is down today? Protagonist Therapeutics is off 31% today. Maybe one of their drugs did not come through. AstraZeneca, another drug maker, off 7%, gapping down. This was a forerunner that things were not so well, and got an ugly gap down today. Tesla Bear is off today. Looks like we got two Tesla Bear ETFs that are off, with the big news in the deliveries. Smith and Nephew gapping down 5.6%. Developer of products for orthopedic. A couple of health issues seem to be down. Indaba is off 0.49%. Not too bad. Positive sign. Let's just take a look at Tesla, see what it. Yeah, we got a gap up today in Tesla after the news. People were reporting over the weekend that it wouldn't move the stock. I guess they were wrong. So it's up near 280. Okay. See what is moving down. CS CoStar Group down 1.5 7%. PTC off 1.68%. Silicon Motion and Tech reached a high above 80 and it has just continued to sell off ever since then. So Intuit and software. And got a big move down to its 20-day moving average. We'll see if that can hold that. But it hasn't been able to move much after making these new highs. So that's our look at the markets. Hope everybody has a great day. This has been Mornings with Michael for informational and educational purposes only. If you have a financial question, feel free to DM us and we'll help you with that. In the meantime, hope everybody has a great 4th of July and go out there and have some fun.